What is up, traders? Today's video, we're going to take a look at the crypto weekly outlook. I'm going to go over these pairs here for what we can look for possibly coming up in the week ahead. So stay tuned. What's up, traders? My name is Heath. This is Trade Talk. So we're going to start off with the king because we broke out of this little daily consolidation that we had going on here. Yesterday during Christmas, we broke out of it and we closed a daily candle above the high of this candle here, as you can see that. Now, some members are looking at this ascending wedge pattern here. We have clearly broken out of that. And on an 8-hour time frame, we have broken out of it and we have closed above it. So will it come back into play? Well, if you just go down to an hourly chart, you can see where it has kind of retested that area. So I don't know if it's gonna hold as support, but we do have a hourly market structure low right here to see if that area holds support at 25,617 spot 83. If we get support holds there, we can look higher. This thing is just on a tear, man. I mean, this is bullish accumulation and then breakout. So there's nothing wrong with what I see on Bitcoin. It is absolutely acting exactly like a bullish asset should act. So congratulations if you got long this thing. We're going to take a look at EOS real quick. EOS isn't doing anything fantastic. It's actually sold off. And then we are trading around the close of this last bullish up closing candle here. So it's acting as resistance for now. What you want to see is you want to see some 8-hour closures above that area. As I go into an 8-hour time frame, you can obviously see that that area is holding perfect resistance or holding as resistance. You have all these wicks above the line, but an inability to close above the line. So, and now we have lower closes, this down here. So this could just be a retest fail, looking to test lower. So what is going to be my first target on the downside? First target on the downside is going to be 2.528. That'll be the first target to look for. And then if you get an 8-hour closure below that level, you're going to have to look for probably this area right here at 2.38 to come into play. If we get an 8-hour closure below 2.52, look for 2.38. However, if you do get an 8-hour closure back above this 2.664, you can look for this area to come into play here at 2.833. YFIUSD, I don't even know why this is on the chart. I don't know what it is. I mean, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like garbage. So it looks like it may be trying to trade up. This is on Coinbase data feed, so that doesn't really have a whole lot of data to go by. But we do have tradable ranges right now. We have this area here, and then the low of this candle also. So there's going to be a range. So if you're trading within that range, it's going to be difficult to do anything. You can see that we did close above that area, but this is actually going to be the area. The daily close was one spot down here below it, and you could test it. It was tested. The daily close was tested, and we have failed. So look for 2019 spot 65 down here to come into play. You get an 8-hour closure above this area here at 24067 spot 83. You can look for this market structure level here to be tested at 24868 spot 93. Comp. You know what? I'm not going to do comp. I'm not going to do Wi-Fi. I'm not going to do uni. I don't know what any of those things are. We'll do the majors. And then we'll look at ADABTC Anything trading against BTC right now, with BTC being so strong, is going to get destroyed. Alright, so go look at .USD. .USD. Let me get some market structures here. Wow, look how wiki this thing is. Wiki. So right off the rip, I see 5.37. You need to get an 8-hour closure or a daily closure above that level. If you do, you can look for this area to come into play eventually. Right here. 5905. 5.9050. And then obviously the lower side of the range is going to be 4.7126. That's what you want to see break out. Litecoin's doing amazing things because Bitcoin is, and whatever Bitcoin does amazing things, so does Litecoin and Ethereum usually. So this was the range, and then we had a daily closure below the range, but then we broke right back inside of the range and then closed a daily candle on the outside of the range. So as far as formations goes, this is going to be your outside bar, your reversal to the upside. Okay, I go into an 8-hour chart. You can see this area here, and it's put a line up here as well. 121.34. You see a retest of that area maybe, or a possible support hold. I don't have any levels up here. I mean, we can go into an 8-hour or 1 hour and see what's going on, but basically this is your trading range. So you want to see breakout and hold above 132.95, and if you're bullish, you do not want to see a closure below 126.99. If you do get that area 126.99, you can look for 122.62 to come into play, which is this last down closing candle right here. That should offer up support if it's going to remain bullish. You start closing hourly candles below there, you're going to look lower, all the way back down to 114.60. That's a long ways away. So as of right now, you're trading in a range, you're accumulating and moving higher. Made another higher close, higher than this market structure. So now you're currently testing to see if it's going to hold as or some support. What is it testing as support right now? It's testing this last up closing candle right here. That's what you're testing. So basically on an hourly time frame, you want to hold hourly closures above that line, and that line is 130.53. 130.53. That's going to be your area to hold. If you get a break below 130.53, look for 126.99. Link. So I got this purple line here. It's not really right where it needs to be. Right there is better. So Link had a nice big sell-off, but we did close back above this market structure here. And it looks like we are currently trying to close a daily below there. So basically, I'll draw a line out here. I mean, that's price action from a long time ago. Let's go see what we got on a shorter term time frame, because we got this wick. We got nothing there on the wick. It's just a wick. So we did come back up and we have rolled over. We are holding support currently off of this last down closing candle right there. Okay, if you get a close on an hourly basis below that, you're looking lower. 10.85 and then 10.67. So you're going to have a lot of stuff here for this to close below. If you're bearish, and on an hourly time frame, the areas are so close, but there's not really much else I can do. I can't get you any areas on an 8-hour because there's nothing here on an 8-hour. So your major market structure low for you to catch support is going to be 10.28. Right now it's holding support at 10.85. So what you want to see if you're bullish on this is you want to see a closure above 11.58. You get that closure, then you can look higher. You can look for this area to come into play first. at 12.06. What is wrong with this? Right there. And then ultimately this is going to be your next area, 12.63. So if you're closing 8-hour candles below 11.58, your first area to look for is going to be 10.85. You want to see this hold a support. You get an 8-hour closure below 10.85, look for 10.28 to come into play. You get an 8-hour closure below that, you're going lower. Going lower. How low can we go? Well, I'll go ahead and mark out this last weekly market structure area. That's going to be 9.39. 9.39. Let's go ahead and color that different color. So that way we know to keep an eye on that. We'll know what's going on if we get down in there. So it's looking like it wants to go lower. ETH is breaking out. We did just break out of this market structure here at 636.82. I believe that's daily. Yep, that's a daily down closing candle that we had, and then we broke out below it with a daily close right on this area over here at 585 spot. Let's just go ahead and put a line there. 585 spot 11. Then we found support there and have since reversed this whole range. So now you are trading outside of this last down closing candle. So what you want to see is you want to see 636.82 hold support. You want to see a test of that area and you want to see a hold support. If you get that support hold, you can look for 658.92 to come into play. And anything above that, the next area is going to be 665.61-ish. 666.26. So let's get a line up there, right there. So it looks like it wants to test these higher prices. XRP. If you own XRP, get out of it. Just get out of it. Look at this thing, dude. Had a massive spike to the upside. That's probably a good few 100% move there. 241%-ish move. 243. And we have since gave it all back. Every cent of it. Now we are pushing higher, which is to be expected. You triggered a lot of liquidity residing below the low of this candle here. So it's only natural to assume that you would get a bounce from there. So currently, right now, this is going to be your daily market structure to break out of. That's going to be 0.3385, which is this line here. And then the low side of that range that you do not want to see daily closures below is going to be 0.2603. You get that, and we're probably heading lower. However, if this holds support, if you get a daily closure above 0.3385, your next area to look for to come into play is going to be 0.4643. Let's go into an 8-hour time frame. You can see with this last down closing bullish up closing bullish candle, if you get 8-hour closures above, let's just go ahead and use this market structure here. This is your daily range, so let's just get rid of that and just call it 0.3560. You get an 8-hour closure above that, you're heading to 0.4643. 8-hour closure above that, your next area to look for would be 0.5476. Stellar is taking out all this market structure down here. So we have a new market structure low right there. Have a new market structure high right there. And you are currently goofing off, looking lower. So here's your hourly market structure range right here at 0.14567. You get a closure on an hourly basis below that, You're testing 0.140150, which is this line here, and then vice versa, or etc., etc. Just keep looking for it low to go lower. If it keeps, this doesn't look good. This is not constructive at all. I mean, you did have a nice pop. This has been in a range since consolidating. You would want it to act like Bitcoin to see it as more people are buying the project. It should be curling up, but it's not. It's actually curling down. Okay, so you basically made this low here, right? And then you made it this high, which is essentially a lower high. And now you have made what is essentially a lower low and a lower high. That's never a good sign, guys. And it's rejecting. It's rejecting 0.158,300. Okay, that was your area to hold. If you're bullish, you're back down here testing this area here. Let's get rid of some of these lines. 0.145900. You get a closure below that, you're looking lower. You don't want to see any closures below on an 8-hour basis below 0.126697 if you're bullish on this thing. ADA Bitcoin, like I said, everything trading against Bitcoin right now is going to be getting cream pied. Why? Because Bitcoin is strong. This thing doesn't have much liquidity either. You can tell by the gaps in the price action. You see this gap, this little gap here, which means essentially it opened higher, tested lower. This thing shouldn't be gapping like that. Look at this gap down. I mean, it's just gapping because it's very illiquid, meaning someone like myself could not just go in there and trade full size and expect a good solid fill at a specific price point. I'd probably get slipped all over the place. So I don't trade stuff like this. If it's illiquid, I don't trade it. Because of that, I can't get any size in it. But I'll go ahead and see what I can get as far as levels for you. So you definitely don't want to see no closure below, I guess I'm just going to call this 0.0000587. 500, like, what is that? So many decimal points over, it's not even funny. So we'll just call it 587. And then your high side of the range is going to be 654. All right. So you want to see an 8-hour candle closure above 564. That way you can start looking for higher targets. First area to look for is going to be this last up closing candle here at 687. And then the next one to look for is going to be that one at 715. Okay? However, if you're not closing 8-hour candles above 654, your target is going to be 587. And then lower. How much lower? Well, I'd have to go into a weekly chart to see. Well, this is not bullish. It just goes down. It only goes down from inception. Well, to be fair, since this is Coinbase's, I think. No, it's probably Binance. I don't know. Let me see what it is. Bitfinex. So it's on Finex. So on Finex, this thing has done nothing but go down against Bitcoin. ADA against Bitcoin has done nothing but go down. And you have made a lower low on the weekly time frame. So you don't want to see this weekly close below that 654 area. If you do, it's probably going to head lower. And then ETHBTC. ETH is strong. It's not as strong as Litecoin is, but it is strong. But when you pair it against Bitcoin, it's going to go down. Bitcoin has to go down for this pair to go up. For Ethereum, Bitcoin, ETHBTC to go up, you need Bitcoin to go down. So, like, basically, in order for this thing to catch a bid, Bitcoin has to start dropping and dropping hard for this to catch a bid. And ETH still has to remain stronger than Bitcoin. But your first level to look for or your high side of the range is going to be 0.259, and then you just made a strong or a lower, weaker close here at 0.0245. All right, if you get a closure below that, you're possibly testing this low down here, and that is at 0.241, and this low right here is going to be a target eventually at 213. All right, so that's all I got for you guys tonight. I was gonna try to go live, but it's very loud in there. I'm at my mom's house visiting for the holidays, obviously, and I brought my setup so I could, do the video for you guys, get it out on the right time. So make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Tomorrow night I'll be back home, and I will be putting out the Forex Weekly Outlook. So we'll see you then.